Good morning, everybody. It's Chrissy here. This might be another two-parter, but let's see. I want to talk today about relationships and 2020 and the rebalancing and the adulting. The adulting of human relationships. So people have been asking me about the 8-8 Lionsgate, and I don't really want to speak into that. There's lots and lots of information about 8-8 out there. So Google to your heart's content and trust that what comes to you is exactly what you need to see. But what I do want to speak into is the heart of a lion heart. Okay. But I can say that in all my life, I've never been so intimately connected to Leonian energy as I am now. And it's hence the long gap since the last video. And what I find I'm moving into is connecting not only with my seed race, but connecting into my star system as a star seed and all that entails. And do you remember I was talking a couple of weeks ago about watch out for the subconscious? It will want to come in and map onto the light codes that are coming through, and it won't be able to, and it might feel a bit frustrated. So take its hand and make it a cuppa, or keep it occupied, or learn a method for deep mental rest state, because you know we're coming into this, and those that are walking a conscious path will be feeling the conflict that's going to get kicked up in the absolute beauty and light and gold, the richness and the abundance and the fecundity of what's coming in is very powerful. It's very powerful. And it's also going to be a bit of a cleansing process, because what that's going to kick up in us is, well, I heard a lovely sentence this morning, and it was, our fear of lack of control is as powerful as our fear of being in control. And it just tickled me, because I thought, yeah, I see that in people, of being in control. Because when we're in control, well, we're stepping into our royalty and our sovereignty, our divinity. And that's a very powerful pair of shoes. And comes with great responsibility. Heavy is the head that wears the crown when we step into our divinity, you know, and really learn to walk owning our self on all levels. Then that can be a bit jarring in the marketplace, in the 3D marketplace. Who do they think they are? Woof, up it comes. I can't meet you in your sovereignty. Woof, up it comes. Don't make me look at my sovereignty by showing me yours. Ooh, up it comes. So, yeah. So I'm having some of the most profound experiences, and it's really making me realize they're giving me the word volumes and showing me a library of what I'm not bringing to the world. There's 9 realms of weirdness that I don't bring to the world, but if I'm going to grab on to the lion heart that came in for me last weekend, then I'm going to walk courageously, and courageously, you know, my language will change and what I bring you will change. And it will change with love and integrity, and discernment, so you can make your own choices from that. So this 8/8 Lionsgate, we seem to become attached to the day and the month. When they're the same, they create a gateway, and I don't know how I feel about that. But what I will say is the organism known as Leo energy, solar plexus. This is sunshine. Sunshine makes things grow. So if we take it right back to nature, sunshine, without sunshine, we don't exist. Okay. Solar plexus is my center of will. But what controls that? Is that controlled by egoic need? Or have I given myself over to a much higher intelligence that is guiding me? Okay, for me it's the latter, but others will be going through this, and stay with it. Stay with it. Grab your lion heart, because I really feel strongly you're getting there. I feel that so strongly. You're so getting there. You're going to have to stay in your weirdness. You know, you're going to have to stay in what doesn't make sense. You're going to have to stay in the discomfort of not knowing what this is and not being able to map onto what this is. Yeah, okay. Distill all of that into, where does that fit in a relationship, Chrissy? Well, you may have heard me mention chemical relationships recently, and if I didn't, then I was talking to somebody. And a chemical relationship is the part of us that has been programmed by the media to expect fireworks and big bang and wow, and I saw them and I was instantly in love. No, that's attraction, that's infatuation, that's all sorts of stuff that isn't a powerfully embodied, adult, organic, soul-driven relationship. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So the soul knows. And sometimes, oh, wow. Okay. So what I'm seeing is that sometimes the soul's message to the conscious mind gets hijacked by the program or the matrix that kind of converts that into fireworks. But the soul's knowing message might just have been, step forward with this person, there's a lesson here. But that our conscious mind that so needs to be nurtured and loved and yada, 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 distorts that. Distortion in my throat there, couldn't get the words out. Distorts that into, you're everything I've ever wanted. And some relationships are not relationships as we traditionally know them. They're, well, I believe all relationships are teachers. So, you know, and when people bring in dissonance and disparity, there I have the most to learn. I don't like it, but my soul is here to grow and to experience. And so, you know, it's Lionheart energy. Okay. So it's finding courage. I remember a few weeks ago really being drawn to and staring at the strength card in a tarot deck. And if you've never seen it, just Google an image and really look at that picture. And and then the card really started to communicate with me, and I felt her energy and I felt his energy. So it was coming to me as masculine and feminine. And and I want to step into that in this video, the masculine and the feminine. Actually, that's a really good container for it. So let's build the container for the masculine and the feminine. When I look at the strength card, it's a woman holding the jaws of a lion open, apparently holding the jaws of a lion open, and she stands over him, and the lion stands obviously below her. And so there's many ways of reading this card, but when I felt into the energy of it, it was profound. It was passive, trusting, holding and pausing. It was that energy where it's the energy of like taking something that's pliable and just bending it and trusting that you're not going to break it, but that in time it will give. And so when I tune into the energy of this feminine and masculine, all she's doing actually is touching. That's what it felt like. Touching the jaw and allowing it to open and holding. It's not forcing it open. And the strength is the strength of her courage to trust that the lion won't bite the hand off. And the strength in the lion is the trust that she won't rip its jaw apart. Okay. So what they're showing me now is this lateral infinity symbol. So the energy going from one to another in a perfectly balanced state of trust, passivity, courage. That's an interesting cocktail. Trust, passivity, and courage. That's an adult relationship. Okay. They just want me to nip into telepathy. So I believe we have Uranus and Mercury activating one another. And Uranus is I always kind of get the mad inventor energy with Uranus, the revolutionary, the maverick, the one who communicates differently. And Mercury is communication. And so that's going to look like some increasing telepathy around this time. That's going to look like high level intuitive downloads. A client asked me this week, how are you? I love it when clients ask me how they are. And I said, I feel like I'm in, what did I say? I feel like I'm in a continuous, wasn't evolution, realization. It was something like that. I'm in this continuous evolution. And we all are, but I'm in a really intense phase of plugging into something new, which kind of looks like that. So they just wanted me to put that on your radar because telepathy I'm seeing is becoming a really magical thing. It's beautiful. It's embedding in people, and they're getting lion-hearted about it, in becoming unafraid to own that part of them and to name it. And for that, kind of to be okay. Yeah, I'm telepathic. And yeah, I'm highly psychic. And hang on a minute, I'll just tune into my guides. Oh, for that to be a cup of coffee conversation. Fantastic. So relationships. Historically on this planet, the essence of the masculine and the essence of the feminine have been distorted almost beyond recognition. You have the paradox of emasculation of the masculine through the vibration of uber masculinity, homoerotica, fight, kill, which I see has paradoxically emasculated him, because now he doesn't know how to communicate without challenge, fight, kill. And I'm generalizing here. This is what we're coming out of. And then we have the over-masculinated female, feminine, who after thousands of years of war has raised the village, raised the children alone, learned to make important decisions alone, joined with other feminines if she's lucky, reached too far into her masculine and used him and become very powerful in the process, but maybe not in a healthy way, and I don't want to judge that. I'm sorry for the squeaky chair. And so we go back to the strength card and the passivity and the courage and the trust between the masculine and the feminine. And him learning to trust that she will no longer abuse him. Him learning to trust that she's not looking to be rescued. Him learning to trust that he isn't responsible for her. And him learning not to take responsibility which hasn't been given to him. Her learning to trust his courage, and if he's not in possession of his courage, to hold him until he is. Both of them learning to communicate, to ask questions. I know too many couples who yeah, I've been one of them. You know, soon this is in everybody, who break up, couples that break up, not really knowing exactly what the problem was, because they filled the space between them with assumptions and insults and ghouls and ghosts, rather than, you know, really saying, well, what's happening here? Can we qualify what's happening and understand what's happening? Can we own our part in that? And then can we either, you know, work together in sacred union to hold one another while we move through this shadow phase of our relationship? Because one fight isn't the end. You know, we've got to learn to drop the drama. Got to learn. Got to. Cannot stress that enough. Drop the drama. We're addicted to it. Anybody that watches soap operas, check that in yourself. What is this feeding me? What am I without this continual injection of drama? When we drop the drama, we can start asking those healthy questions that prevent the space between us being filled with assumptions and ghouls and ghosts and history and insecurity and jealousy and everything except freedom. So yeah, can we work together and create a sacred container where we can move through this shadow phase? Or can we be grown up enough to own our shadow, unmet self, and work through that alone? And trust that if I need help, I'll ask you. And if you need help, you'll ask me. And can we honor each other in that? This is very different. This is what we're coming into. So the heart of Leo is the sun. It's got to be the essence of creativity, surely. The essence of creativity. Got some energy going through. Bear with me. just having a little body shake there. And so the essence of creativity is there is no problem that there isn't a solution for. Okay, but if we're opening up the filing cabinet drawers marked standard solutions to standard problems, you're not going to, no, stop. If we're opening up the filing cabinet that's shaped like a pumpkin and doesn't have drawers but has portals, you know, how weird can we go with this? How comfortable can you be with finding creative solutions that make no sense, make no traditional 3D sense? When you get comfortable with the not knowing, let go of the subconscious and go, well, what happens if I break this pen? What happens if I break this pen and let the ink drip out? You know, it's inventor consciousness. We've got to find new solutions to the shit that's going on in this world, in this 3D, 4D matrix. Okay. We don't got to. Forgive my bossiness. This is just my passion because I see so much. And I see what has happened for a long time, long time, which makes these times just utterly remarkable that I'm even here. Is yeah, wordless. It's wordless. So weird. Okay. So I'm being told I can support coming into uncomfortable not knowingness by introducing more weirdness. Okay. Yesterday was a very rare day for me. Very, very rare day. I do not know astrologically what happened in the cosmos, and I have no interest in knowing. I know how it affected me. And yesterday was uber rare because I think in years and years, I've never had a Tuesday without clients. And this week I'm needing to take it easy because I sustained a serious injury on Sunday when I was doing the garden. And what happened? Well, I seriously injured my back doing the garden. And I've done some channeling with my lot, and it's part of what I'm grounding into. Okay, so it's both SI joints, sacroiliac joints. So that's grounding. That's grounding written all over it. And what happened was remarkable. So I did this movement, and it's like I heard it go. I felt something go. Oh shit! And I only just made it back up the garden path into the house. And then I kind of found a little trace of the old 3D. Oh my God, this is really bad. This is another thing that's happening as well. You know, I've talked about there's so much other help coming. Well, the light that's coming is from such a high vibration. It's punching through the part of my matrix that wanted to reach for old self-diminishing, something that would take my energy away from me. You know, it's that victim martyr. Oh my God, this is really going to hurt. It's going to take a whole week. And I just reached for it, and there's just a flicker of it. And then I just kind of fell through into this gap. And what came in was lion-hearted energy. Right, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. And it was beautiful. It was like this embodied masculine, feminine, familial. It felt like a member of my family. We're not going to do that, right? This is what you're going to do. got the first 3 instructions, right, did those, moved into that energy. And it was just so different. I was wide awake, I was smiling, like, where is this going to go? It's because there's a little victim part of me that wants to be injured and woe. But that wasn't going to happen, right? You need to do this, right, get some water. Okay, now lie down. We're going to lie down for this amount of time. Okay, that's fine. So lay down, and that was fine. And then it was now, I don't know, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I hadn't eaten since breakfast, and I'd done both gardens, and so I was quite hungry. And so then this energy came back in, went, right, it's time to move. And you're not going to move slowly, you're going to move quick, and you're going to move on a 1, 2, 3. Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, all in one, don't pause. So I couldn't pause on the edge of the settee. No, it had to be one rolling movement straight up. Oh, so I surprised myself. Oh, I'm up. Great, okay. Right, well, what's the simplest meal you can cook? Okay, chicken soup. Brilliant. Chicken was all ready. It took no time at all. Lovely, fresh vegetables, beautiful, beautiful. Came back down, sat down, right, now the rest of the day you're going to rest. Okay, so I rested. And do I need to take meds? Nope. And so I sat with it, and what's happened is then I really tuned in to that ball of pain, and I thanked it. And I thanked it for being such a powerful healer. And I could see my body beginning to self-heal. I could see it. And I've been able to move pain around my body for about 25 years now, once I started working with energy, because the mind makes it real. There's science behind that now. The mind makes it real. So I could have made it real if I'd reached for that old 3D narrative, but I didn't. I did something totally different, more uplifting, more energizing, and surprised myself over and over and over again. And that was Sunday, so we're now Tuesday. And the level of healing is remarkable. I can still feel it. And it will take 5 to 7 days. And so I'm working with intuition and telepathy. I'm listening and I'm allowing, so the solar plexus isn't pushing forward with its will. Solar plexus is listening to the higher self, and the higher self is coming in as the embodied, integrated, masculine and feminine, familial energy, which is kind of for me, that would be a representation of all this Cancer energy that we've just been through, with the Saturnian father coming in and really making me repattern to the maternal line and the paternal line. I know. I'm staying here now. Here now is relationships and the masculine and the feminine. Okay, so yesterday, knowing this week that I need to rest, my amazing clients, amazingly telepathic clients, kind of knew, because they not only postponed, but a couple of them cancelled, leaving Tuesday. And then my son was supposed to come over, and he cancelled. It's like, how loved am I? How loved am I? So I spent the whole day yesterday in bed. And what happened was, not only did the physical rest, the emotional went into complete submission, but the mind went into a deep rest, a deep, deep rest. The mind had nothing to do, which allowed the soul to rise. And I wrote a blog post. I haven't written since March. And it just came, it's just like, it just came out. And this new goddess energy came to meet me, and her name is Oya. And she's the goddess of wind. And she came in when I was focusing on a sentence that I'd been given a few days ago, which was, gather power, invite the storm. And so that's feeling very Sun Tzu, very art of war, but coming from divinity. You know, there's no part of me that wants to fight. This isn't about the fight. This is about the storm of change. So there's a big storm of change will be for an awful lot of people. Like I say, this is the pivot point. Okay, so this is where stuff's going to start. The effects of those eclipses is really going to become manifest in the world, going to start cutting away things that you don't need. And this goddess spirit came in, and with this very specific sentence, which was, "What I destroy you no longer need." Okay. What I destroy you no longer need. And therein is the challenge of attachment and what we are attached to right now. What we are attached to. Okay. So, back to relationships. 2020. 2020 is inviting us to rebalance every relationship. Every relationship, whether it's my relationship to my body, my relationship to water and the elements, my relationship to you, to family, to peers, to clients, to nature, to food. That's one I got seriously challenged on a few days ago, and my diet just changed overnight. Allow. It's that passivity, that allowing. When I get the nudge, then I walk into it. Until I get the nudge, I have to sit in the not knowing, in the inactivity, and that's triggering. Why? Because I live in this world. Push, drive, strive, have ambition, have goals. Fuck off. Yeah, you see, that activated the egoic part of my solar plexus. That took me out of serenity into war. Wow. Yeah, noted. So passivity and acceptance is working through your divinity, is finding the strength of vulnerability. My son said to me ages ago, our greatest strength is our weakness, and our greatest weakness is our strength. True, absolutely. The thing we don't tend to show in relationships, intimate relationships, is our vulnerability. We cover that up with bravado, or humor, or war. How many wars have been declared in the name of love? How many wars have been declared in the name of religion? That's a story for another day. Fight for love. No. No. Allow love. When love comes knocking on your door, can you allow whatever is behind that door, knowing that you already possess the heart of a lion, the sun, the creative, primal force, that embodied masculine and feminine. So you've got the feminine receptivity and creative flow, and the masculine heart as the structure to hold that flow. This is a really different kind of alignment for me. I feel quite novice to it, and yet I know it. I know the energy so well. And so I guess there's a kind of there's a little pull in me actually that wants to work more with relationships, that wants to work more with couples, partners, to help them to reveal the love that maybe got them, the love that got overshadowed and distorted when they decided to no longer bring their vulnerability, when they decided no longer to trust. I think that's it for today. Thanks for being here. I am going through changes. I will bring more of me. And I hope what I'm bringing is of some use. Well, I know it is, because of some of the private messages I'm getting are a bit wow. They're very specific to what I'm bringing, and they're a bit wow. So thank you. Thank you for sharing your personal breakthroughs based on some of the little threads that appear in my videos. I'm sending you all lion-hearted love. Until next time, take care of yourself, drink plenty of water. That's what I say to all my clients, drink plenty of water. And I'll see you again soon.